Welcome back. At this point, you've learned quite a bit about what we do here and how we do it. As student staff at WQTR, you're a journalist, and part of what we do as journalists is news stories. All student staff are required to do at least one story per semester. Stories are challenging at first, but are fun and lucrative once you know what you're doing. As you could probably tell by the length of this video, stories have a long process, and even with a partner helping you, stories can take anywhere from 2 days to a week or more to complete. However, if done right, it's definitely worth it. Now, let's get started. Obviously, the first part of doing a news story is deciding what you're going to do it on. We usually have a list of events and story topics to choose from on a board somewhere in the meeting room. When you and your partner are done making your choice, it's then time to decide who you're going to interview. Gather a list of people you really want to interview and a list of people you could interview in case people in the first group can't be interviewed because of their class. Go to the guidance office and ask for a copy of the class schedules of the interviewees. Once you have them, make a definitive list of who's going to be interviewed. Now, prepare the questions you plan to ask. Make sure you and your partner have equal time speaking. Once that's done, pull out your interviewees from class. Bring them back to the radio editing room and open a Pro Tools file titled with you and your partner's name along with what the story is about. Make sure your Pro Tools file is saved under the folder to which it belongs. On a side note, doing a story requires a certain level of proficiency in Pro Tools. One way I recommend getting this is watching the Pro Tools tutorials saved on the favorites bar on most of the computers here in radio. Watching these tutorials will help a lot with the basics as well as some of the more applied functions of Pro Tools. Have a track for each person who speaks in the story. Once the person you're interviewing has the answers to your questions ready, start recording them. Make sure the answers are long enough. Stories should be about 1 to 2 minutes long, so keep that in mind while you're recording. Once you have all their answers recorded, you can send them back to their class. Find the next person you're interviewing and bring them in. Rinse and repeat until you have everything you need recorded. Now it's time to record your part of the story. Record an intro introducing the station ID, yourself and your partner, as well as explaining what the story is about. Then record yourselves asking the questions. Record an outro saying thanks to everyone you interviewed and once again giving your names and the station ID. At this point, congratulations! You now have everything recorded. Place all the voice clips in order so they play one after another. At this point, you'll use your editing skills to make sure all the voices sound loud, clear, and understandable. Now we've reached the most visually intimidating part of stories, the plugins. Seeing someone else do this, you might have no clue what's going on, but we've boiled it down to a simple process. The instructions for tried and true optimal plugin protocol are posted in the editing room. The first plugin is the EQ37 band. To install it, go to Plugins and select it from the EQ category. Go to Preset, then select Male Vox 7 band from the Vocals menu. Once that's in, we'll install the next plugin, D3CL. Go to Plugins and select DYM3 Compressor/Limiter Mono. Select Vocal Leveler as the preset. Next is Maxim. From Plugins, choose Maxim Mono from Dynamics. From here, go to Preset and then set it to Radio Limiter. For Threshold, the lower the module, the louder the voice will sound. As the sheet says, play around with it until the voice is loud but not blatting. For background music, search for story blocks. From there, search for a corporate style song that you find appropriate for the story you're working on. Once you've picked a song, download it and input it in your story file. From there, make sure the song is correct and does not contain a tag. If it does, edit it out. From there, just make sure the volume of the song doesn't overpower the voices. Also, near the end of the story, have the music fade out. There you have it. You've finished your story. Now just have the boss listen to it and see if there's anything else he'd like you to do with it. If it's approved, then your work is done. Soon your story will be bounced onto the air for all of Hardin County to listen to. Great work!